Love and marriage.
Go together like a horse and carriage.
You remember. It's a horrible song with a horrible message. Maybe it worked in the 40s or 50s, but it is so misleading. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. Well, first of all, what an insulting comparison. Who's the horse? And also, the rest of the song goes, you can't have one without the other. You can't have a horse without a carriage? And you can't have a carriage without a horse? You can't have love without marriage? That means you have to marry everyone you love? Oh my God, it's right. Or does it mean you mustn't love anyone you're not married to? Which is also bad. So that whole song, very, very misleading. In fact, it's probably true that the one ingredient, the one factor that is destroying marriages all over the country is love. It's poison. Stop it. Cut it out. Down with love.
Up with marriage.
Here's how it works, really. If you were to ask, is love important? The most important thing in life. The media gives the impression that it is. All you really need is love. Another wonderful song. Love will keep us together. Another wonderful song. It's so not true. Because in the last 60 years, 70 years, every marriage was based on love. Our marriage is better now than in the days of Tevye and Golda. No, they're much worse. They're flimsy. They're scary. Love is not important. That's not the right adjective. You can't describe love as important. Love is appropriate for those who are important. Doesn't that make more sense? If someone is important in your life, you should love him. And if you don't love him, they're still important. Maybe you'll love him tomorrow. But if somebody is not important in your life and you love him, he's still not important. Unless we're so arrogant as to believe that when I love you, you become important. My love makes you important. As soon as I stop loving you, you're trash. You're clutter.
There's a song about it.
What's love got to do with it? So let's understand, what is a relationship? Where does love fit in? What's going on? Wouldn't it be embarrassing to have to admit that our grandparents had it right? They knew more about intimacy than we do? That's embarrassing. Because here we think we're so sophisticated, they were so backwards and so old-fashioned. As, for example, Tevye asks Golda, do you love me? And Golda says,
Do I love you?
do I what? And then she goes through a whole list of things. Right? 25 years, whatever. Yeah. And then concludes, if that's not love, what is? Now, it seems like the story is making fun of Golda. She doesn't know what love is. She's so old-fashioned. She probably married Tevye without even loving him. God forbid. That is not the point of the story. It's the opposite. The point of the story is that Tevye was a little immature. And when he heard that his daughters are getting married out of love, he got a little confused and decided to check it out with his wife. But his wife's answer was so correct, so mature. What she was saying is this: you're asking if I'm giving you my love, if you're getting love from me? Is that your question? You have me. I am yours. I gave myself to you. Does that include love? It includes love, but it's so much more. So if I give myself to you, if that's not love, then what is? A Hallmark greeting card? A flower? A poem? I gave you myself, all of me. Here's the key. This is the important secret here. Intimacy means a connection between two people that transcends all things. There are relationships that are created around something. You both like pina colada and walks in the rain. This is grounds for marriage.
He knows all the songs.
You both like to play tennis. This is grounds for marriage. You both want love. This is grounds for marriage. If you're interested in love, if you want love, and you get married, who are you marrying? Your spouse or the love? Or is it a triangle? A love triangle. There's me, there's you, and there's love. And if the love goes away, then I don't need you. So who am I really married to? Am I married to you, or am I married to love? Now, love may be a very lovely thing, but it's not the person. We got one vote for love. Two votes. So here's the real secret. You see, if you look through the entire Torah, God doesn't say to the Jewish people, I love you. He says, be mine, I will be yours. That's a relationship, because it cuts past all things. There are no conditions. It's you, not something about you. You have to be in my life, not something I get from you. So if you ask your grandmother, what goes on in the bedroom? When the door closes, what happens there? And of course, your grandmother said, nothing.
We go to sleep.
Garnished. And you thought she was lying or being evasive. She was telling you the truth. The most profound, the most incredible, the most holy event is when you close the door and there's just the two of you. Nothing holier. So what happens in a bedroom? No thing. When you have two people who are interested in each other, not in anything, then you have intimacy. Intimacy means we have put aside all the things that we like about each other, all the things that we share, including love, but we've gotten past that. So here's how it works. Did you ever hear a mother say to her children, would you ever say to your children, you know, if you don't love me, you're not the only children in the world? Neighbors' children love me. And they're cuter than you. No mother would ever say that. Because a mother does not need love from her children. She needs her children's love. It's different. If you need love, don't take it from a child. That's immature. If you really need love, go home to your mommy. That's where love comes from your mommy. If you want marriage, you have matured past the need for love, but you want your spouse's love. Why? Not because you're lovesick, not because you've been underloved, but because it's him or her. My child's love I want, because it's my child. I'm not looking for love in the generic. I just want their love. Why? Because they are important, not love. So between a husband and wife, listen to how dangerous this sounds. If you're looking for love from your husband, and you're not getting love from your husband, you're going to go without love? If love is your thing, the whole marriage is in danger. You now have a big condition to the marriage. Love me, or that's terrible.
Yes.
That is not a marriage. Down with love, one vote. So the way it's supposed to be, is, I need you. The bumper sticker for tonight should be, nothing about your husband is more important than your husband. Nothing you get from your wife can be more important than your wife. So where does love come in? Here's the important thing. Love can either cement two people or break them apart. If love is a thing, all things get in the way. Anything gets between two people and it ruins their relationship. When does love actually bond you? When it is not a thing, it's just her or him. Like Golda said, if that's not love, then what is? This thing called love? If love becomes a thing, it will destroy your marriage. Your thing is each other. The result is love. But what do you love? The relationship, not the love as an object in itself. So we are not pursuing love. We're pursuing something more important. Very recently, the experts are saying, and this is secular experts, they're saying that we've made a terrible mistake. All the emphasis on pleasure, the physical pleasure of sexual relationship, and how to get more pleasure and how to improve it and how to do, it's been bad advice. It has ruined relationships and marriages. Because when you get married, you're not looking for pleasure. You're looking for closeness. And the pursuit of pleasure has destroyed any possibility for closeness. Because it has become a performance, it's become an end in itself, and if you don't feel like you're getting the most pleasure, all of a sudden you doubt your whole marriage, maybe you married the wrong person, maybe you need therapy. It's terrible. So they're admitting that person gets married not in the pursuit of love and not in the pursuit of pleasure, but in the pursuit of closeness. What does the Torah say? 3,000 years earlier, Torah tells us a strange thing. God created the first human being, Adam, and this being was male and female. It was male and female. Then God separated them so that you had a man and a woman, and then tells them immediately after separating them, he tells them, therefore you should get married, cleave to each other, and become one. Now, the puzzle of why would he separate us and then tell us to become one when we were already one? The simple answer is, this oneness is so wonderful, it is so powerful and holy, that he wants us to achieve it on our own. Because when we do it on our own, it's so much more satisfying, so much more to our credit, rather than his doing it. So now, on the other hand, if it's so important for us to create our own oneness, why did he create us as one and then have to separate us? This tells us all we need to know about male-female relationships. Because we know, as a fact, that for sexual purposes, for love purposes, you don't need a male and a female. In fact, you don't even need two people. People love themselves quite well. So if you're looking for love, find it in your own backyard. As all the experts say, you have to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Once you do love yourself, why do you need anybody else? They'll just mess it up. So the Torah tells us, the reason men and women need each other is unique to them. It's something you cannot get any other way. What is that? The oneness of male and female that was our original, truest nature. So God created a human being, male and female, because that's how a human being should be. When he separated the man from the woman, that's artificial. Separation is always artificial. It's also unholy. All separation is unholy. Oneness is holy. Hashem echad. Oneness is godly. Separation, ungodly. So what is the attraction of a man to a woman and a woman to a man? Love doesn't have to be a man and a woman. Sexual pleasure doesn't have to be a man and a woman. The only thing that is unique to a man-woman relationship is not closeness, as the experts are saying, but something more. Not just close, one. A husband and wife become one, emotionally for sure, to the point where you cannot even imagine yourself without the other. This is you. Not a dependency, an identity. This is me. Me has become an us. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.